Well, hello everyone. This is Melissa L. Watkins. I'm here to do this very interesting video. This will go into the 5D consciousness playlist. Definitely check out more videos in that playlist like this that are timeless. They're there for when you need them, you find them. That's always my intention. All the work that I do, you find it when you need it. You find me when you need me. So welcome. If you're just new here, if you're finding me, if you've been here for a while, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, comment, subscribe. I truly do appreciate all of the interaction. And this is going to be a lengthier video. So I know that already there's going to be timestamps because this is what I'm calling the generational video. I got a download in March, mid-March. Probably the beginning of March. It wasn't until mid-March that I actually wrote it down because I really wasn't sure what was coming through or what I was getting, which happens sometimes. You don't always understand the information that's coming through. It takes a little while, takes the pieces to kind of fall into place. And so this generational video is really about the different generations and spiritual awakening and ascending and how that's impacting each and every one of us at our age or in our generation. So I feel like this is a really interesting video because we know things are shifting. We know things are changing within the planet. So not only watching the generation that will be maybe where you fall, but even watching the generations of your kids or your parents might help you to understand them a little more. I think that's what this video is all about, helping us to all understand where we are on our journey and the people around us, because it's very personal and very different for each and every one of us, but there's a commonality, right? The commonality is we're all going through it. Um, and we're all going through it from the perspective of how we grew up, right? The society we grew up in, um, the news of the day that we grew up in, belief systems that we grew up in. It all impacted us. It all impacted us. So that's what this video is about, helping us to understand each other, helping us to come together through this understanding and helping us to move forward together, because that's the journey we're on as humanity, right? All passengers on this spaceship Earth that we're all on at this time. So interesting stuff. So, we're going to get started. I just wanted to let you know that all the links will be in the description box. And also, all of my work is here on YouTube or on my website. Definitely go to melissaalwatkins.com for more information about me and also free resources, especially my blog. So, the blog, the YouTube channel, all free. Um, I do have some wonderful things coming up. So if you go to the event section of my website, that's where all that information is. So definitely check that out if you're being called to. All right. So I've got everything written down. I actually have this. This is the journal that I keep, and so there is the chart that I created when I was channeling or downloading this information. So that's what I'll be referring to in this video. Yeah, so I think we're going to get started. Okay. Thank you for being here. So we're going to start with the outer ring, and they are the baby boomers. So these would be our World War II babies. When the GIs came home, there was a baby boom. And so these are our parents. If you're in my age range, I'll be 55 this year. So if you're in my age range, these are our parents. And as I was sitting here getting ready to do this baby boomer segment, what I was hearing was their parents who went through the Great Depression. They never really had a chance to evolve. They never really had a chance to, and again, these are very general statements. Everybody's experience is unique, but overall, what Spirit is bringing me is this was the age group the parents of the baby boomers who didn't really get a chance to evolve because they were in survival mode in the most visceral way. Their survival was paramount, and really all they could do, whether they were um, before, after, during World War II, because before World War II, I believe, was the Great Famine in the 30s, right? Or the Great Depression famine. And then they went to war. And then when they came home from war, it was very different. And so that survival mode really became ingrained within them between the Great Depression and then the war. So for some, they were able to transition into the booming generation, the 1950s of plenty and growth, economic growth, family growth. But for a lot of those, they never trusted. They never trusted the growth. They never trusted the okayness. They never trusted the wealth. They never trusted the food supply. They never trusted those things that they knew were able to go away. And so we're starting this video with the boomers, but understanding their parents is also kind of important because it was this survival imprint that has impacted the next several generations. So I'll talk about it with the baby boomers now. I'll talk about it with Gen Z. We'll talk about it a little bit with the millennials. But the millennials were, I think, the biggest shift between generations. However, baby boomers. What I received for you were that you came in this lifetime with others' wisdom, that survival mode imprint, the wisdom codes of survival, the wisdom codes of fear, not having enough, the wisdom codes of striving and driving, right? A meritocracy. If you work really hard, you'll make it. And spiritually, that kept you in that belief system that if I stay in the what I'm seeing here is kind of like the cogs in the wheel, right? If I stay in the cogs of the wheel, if I stay in the mainstream, if I stay in religion, if I stay in the job, if I stay in the family unit, right? That's where I'm safe and stable. These things may not be what I need. They may not fulfill me. They may not allow me to express the full expression of who I want to be, but they're safe, right? So for the baby boomers, being safe was really, really important because that was the imprint they came in with. We have to be safe no matter what. So we stay in the family unit, we stay in the marriage, we stay in the job, right? This is the generation where you worked 40 hours in the factory and you got your retirement and you had your 10 to 15 years, right? For some, they didn't even get that long. But that was how you kept your root chakra very safe and stable. I do what I'm supposed to. I do what I'm told because that is how I'm okay. I'm okay. And so for the baby boomers, there wasn't a lot of expression. There wasn't a lot of going outside the norm, coloring outside the lines. It was all about staying within the lines because we had to stay safe because the imprint that we were born with was safety above all else. We have to survive. We got that from our parents, right? But what has been happening with the baby boomers that are still here in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? They've been upgraded. They've been able to release that imprisonment of that survival. And so you've seen a lot of your parents and grandparents softening, becoming more accepting, maybe stepping into their own creative expression, their own inspiration, their own dreams more. at a very late age, at a very late age. But that has been the shift that we've been going through on the planet, and they have also felt it, right? At their late age, they've also felt it. So I feel like a lot of the boomers have accepted things are different, that it's okay to express yourself, it's okay to color outside the lines. Um, the other shoe isn't going to drop. Um, it's okay. It's okay. There's going to be enough food. There's going to be enough wealth. There's going to be enough support. And I feel like they've also kind of spearheaded this by helping to put these things in place, right? So if you're a baby boomer and you're watching this, welcome. But what I want to do is I want to pull my master deck by Kyle Gray, Ascended Masters and Archangels, and I just want to pull a card as to who is coming in that you can call on, invoke to help you with this transition, with this moving forward, with whatever you're going through and wherever you are on the journey of ascension or your life purpose. And I just had several fall out. So the baby boomers have a lot of support because I feel like I thought there were 4 and there are 5. So this is way more support than I thought we were going to get. All right, so we're going to take these one at a time. And the very first one out, I was feeling this. Guys, I was feeling this. Melchizedek, divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. Yeah, for the baby boomers, it's not too late to learn something new. And calling on Melchizedek in which to learn something new, really beautiful. So taking that course, reading that book, watching that video. But the divine knowledge is coming through you is what I'm hearing. So for some of you, you're just feeling it, you're just knowing it, you're just sensing it. And Melchizedek is the one that can help you to maybe get a clearer connection, and also to help you maybe understand what you're receiving. The information may be so just different than what you're used to. I feel like maybe you're getting connection with galactic. I feel like you may be connecting with archangels and ascended masters, which is Melchizedek, and you're not understanding it. Maybe you're feeling the unicorns coming in to help, the Pegasus. I'm feeling the Pegasus for you guys, the baby boomers. Yeah, call on Melchizedek to help you to understand the information you're being brought, whether it is through your own knowingness, your own dreams, your own feelings, your own clairvoyance, but also the information that you're receiving around you through the videos, the books, the teachings, the people you run into, the places you're being called to. Okay. All right, number 2. Ooh, Green Tara, healing light. Wellness unfolding, knowing that healing is a journey. Yeah, for you baby boomers, I almost feel like you came to healing, releasing later in life because, again, when you came in, that survival imprint was so visceral, right? It was so predominant. You couldn't not listen to it. You had to strive and drive. You weren't safe. You didn't feel good if you weren't striving and driving, if you weren't working really hard, right? And Green Tara is coming in and has been coming in to help you to step into the green ray in releasing that old paradigm, that old story of having to stay in it no matter what, of having to strive and drive no matter what, of putting yourself behind, of not expressing yourself. I feel like for many of you, she's been really helping with the throat chakra, which I think if you see that, the point of the lotus is right there in her throat. So releasing shame. I feel like shame is a big one for the baby boomers because, again, the one of the generational imprints that you brought into this life was shame from your parents, where um, war. So not only were your parents World War II, but then you had the Vietnam War if you were here in the United States and other parts of the world. But war. Um, I feel like Green Tara has been bringing you the green ray to help you to release the war imprint, the war imprint, the shame that comes with having been in war, what you saw in war, what you did in war, what you believed about the war. Call on her, invoke her to come in and help you release any heaviness that you're carrying. Not just about war, but about your own role in your family, your own choices and decisions that you've made in your lifetime. Because if you're a baby boomer and you're watching this video, you've lived a life. You've lived a beautiful, full life, but you've got the Ascended Masters coming in now to say that you don't need to leave this life with those same weights, those same heavinesses, those same stories. Because it is now time to manifest. Horos coming in with the manifestation vortex. Belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. Yeah, because you were in fear for a very, very long time. Letting go of that fear can be very scary, terrifying, really. Call on Horos to help you let go of that fear. And I'm getting more throat chakra stuff as I talk about this. So yeah, you're not able to ask for what you need. That's why you've had a hard time manifesting what you want, because you have a hard time asking for what you need, because your lesson very early on was don't ask. You're not going to get it. Work hard. That's the only way to get it. And Horos is coming in and saying, no, it's now time to fly. It is now time for you to understand that energy is all around. It's created. It's neither created nor destroyed. It's changed. And it is now time for you to fly and soar into the ways in which that you deserve and you came here to do. And it's okay to ask for what you need. And so for those of you with that really, really difficult throat chakra blockage, because in your experience very early on, you didn't ask for anything because you weren't going to get it. Because it was about the family. It was about what everybody needed. It was about making sure you had the basics. So the wants were pushed so way back, way down the list. Very rarely did they get addressed. And more often than not, they got negated completely. They just don't ask. Don't ask. And for many of you, the reason that your throat chakra is so blocked, because it wasn't even don't ask, it was some kind of reprimand. Verbal, physical, emotional. You stopped asking at some point because the reprimand was too awful. It hurt too much. Bridget, inner fire, let your passion lead you to your purpose. Yeah. Bridget is coming in because now it is time to open your heart, to believe that you can receive. Working with Horos to be able to speak, verbalize what it is you want in a way that you've never been able to before. Now allow Bridget to spark that fire for you to believe that you can receive it. Call on Bridget to help you to get passionate about the things that you love, the people you love, the situations you love, the dreams, the goals that you've set aside, you've put behind you. And for some of you, you're thinking it's too late, and I'm getting it's not too late at all. If you're seeing this video, whatever it is you're wanting to do, it's not too late. And Hanuman, devoted warrior, let God's love hold you in strength. Yeah. And look at that green again. Look at that green again. And the green and the pink of the heart chakra, where he's holding the heart chakra, the light in the heart chakra. Because it's time for you to open your heart. Because again, many of you through the shame, your heart chakra, look at that. She's also with the heart chakra. Your heart chakra got shut down because, again, it was all about survival. It was all about safety and stability. It was about money. It was about house. It was about car. It was about job. It was about job security. It was about food, groceries. It was about saving for a rainy day. And so you never allowed yourself your heart's desire. And for some of you, you married the safe bet. For some of you, you married the expectation. And that also closed down your heart chakra because you didn't necessarily love them. But there was mutual respect, there was mutual goal, there was a commonality, or there was a parent involved. It's time to be able to open up your heart, even if you're opening it up to yourself at this point, even if you're just allowing yourself to love yourself in a way that you've never been able to love yourself before. It's not too late. It's not too late to allow love in from the divine, from God, from source, from Christ consciousness. And as I say that, my nose itches, so that's true. All right, so these are who you're going to call on when you're struggling to allow yourself to have your wisdom codes upgraded into receiving in a way that you've never received before. All right, so now I'm going to call on Archangel Metatron and see through the Amanda Ellis Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery deck and see what messages Archangel Metatron has for you, the baby boomer. And you got two. And the first one is karma, untying the knots. There it is. If you're still here on planet Earth as a baby boomer and you're starting to unlock the wisdom codes that are allowing you to step into your passion, your goal, you've been untying the knots of your karma. And I feel like for those of you who haven't been sure that that's mattered, this is your confirmation that it matters. And it's going to continue. You're going to continue untying the knots. You're going to continue unfolding your story. The story that is authentic, though, not the story of the old, of the expectation, of the story that was kind of imprinted on you. This is the unfolding of the story of who you came here to be, of your goals, your desires, your growth, your upgrade. Yeah, because it is time. Look at that, travel on, the tree of life. It is time. It is time for you to embody all of who you are, getting in touch with each of your chakras, getting in touch with your higher self, opening your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, your clairaudience, your claircognizance. So this travel on, it's traveling on the upward trajectory of the ascension. It's traveling on into experiencing your higher self, traveling on up through your heart, up through your throat, up through your third eye, up through your crown, up through your soul star, up through your stellar gateway. Because it's time. It's time for you to untie the knots. And for some of you, those knots are the old story, the old pattern, the old trauma, the old drama. And your ascended masters, you got 5 ascended masters coming through saying, we're here to help you, right? Call on us, invoke us, work with us. We can help you. We can help you to keep ascending. We can help you to keep moving forward. We can keep helping you to lean into the expression of your authentic self, because you have wisdom, you have knowledge, you have experience that this world needs now. So don't give up. You're not done at all by any stretch of the imagination. All right, I was just going to see if there was there is. I was feeling another deck as I was talking. So we're going to get you a Gateway of the Light Activation by Kyle Gray. For those of you who maybe are struggling with what am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be going? Right? What am I supposed to be sharing? Ask your team, this team of Ascended Masters that has been assembled for you, as I get the card that literally flew. Earth Star Activation, Anchoring, Grounded Action, Isis Energy. So you also have Isis coming through. And I feel like this is coming through because many of you are still struggling with root chakra. You're still struggling with safety and stability. You're still struggling with money and family and safety and security. You know, that survival. You're still working with Isis and really grounding into Mother Gaia to help transmute those fears, those very, 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 really, really strong, again, imprinted codes of survival that you came into this lifetime with. It is time to let them go. And call on Isis to help you do that. Look at that. Metatron's cube is right up here. Archangel Metatron coming in to help. Calling in your Merkaba, to protect you. And ground and connect into Mother Gaia, so that you can embody who you came here to be. You don't have to stay that very stuck child of fear. I'm just picking up a lot of inner child wounding. That even though at your age, and I say this all the time, but I think until you live it, I don't really think people truly believe me. It's okay. Emotions are energy, and they don't just go away. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can be changed. And so if you've got inner child wounding of terrified feelings of not being safe, of not having enough, you can't step into the full light of who you came here to be if you're not transforming that. If you're not releasing that, if you're not having the courage to step through that. And that's where you call on these ascended masters who are coming in today to say they're here to work with you. To say they're here to work with you. So, I'm going to leave that right there. And thank you so much for watching this video and being here with me. All right, Gen X, the latchkey kids, the drink out of the hose water kids, the locked out of the house kids, Yeah, we went through it. So what I have here for the Gen X is interesting. So I've got the Gen Z, I've got the millennial, I've got the littles. I'm not really sure what the new generation is called, the littles. For some reason, oh, I found it. Okay. I'm like, how could I not? It's my generation. How could I not have something for Gen X? Okay. So the Gen X are going through cellular upgrades. We're going through the cellular upgrades. We're going through physical upgrades. We're feeling the fatigue. We're feeling the body aches and pains. And I don't say that because most of us women are either um, post-menopausal, perimenopausal, menopausal at some stage. But even if you're a man, we're being upgraded at the cellular level. What does that mean? We are the way showers. We are the way showers. We are the first generation that really started to physically change. With the baby boomers that I just recorded, and if those are your parents, I would absolutely encourage you to watch that. Theirs was emotional. Theirs was energetic. Ours is physical. And because it's physical, we're also aware it's changing our cells, so it's changing our DNA. So our physical senses are changing. So you're really starting to step into your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, and your claircognizance. I feel like the empaths, if we like blind them up, like the majority of the empaths are Gen X because we are changing. The spiritual is becoming almost on par with our physical. And so you've seen the rise of the holistic medicine. You've seen the rise of letting go of structured religion and those archetypes. You're seeing the shift. We're shifting. And so we're creating this dichotomy of those who are leaning in and believing it and those who are resisting it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going near it. I'm afraid, right? They're letting the fear override. So you've got the Gen X's that see things very clearly. They see the old paradigms, they see the old structures, they see the old systems, and they see that they can't stay that way, whether it's in the macro or it's in the micro, whether it's in society or whether it's in your own family, whether it's um, internal or external. And you're able to kind of remove yourself, right? Because you're seeing the whole thing, the old system and the new system. And you're seeing the new system come online, and it's glitchy. It's stopping and starting, and it's creating havoc in your world as different layers of these systems have to come up or online and kick old systems out. We're the generation that um, was afraid, everything was going to collapse um, December 31st, 1999, because we didn't know if our systems would take 2000. Um, Y2K. Yeah, I was part of that. And this is what's going on. So it's almost like we're having Y2K our whole life, right? Because every system is really starting to be upgraded within us, our DNA, our cells. And so we're tired and we're frustrated and we're ornery. Um, and we're really learning that we have to surrender because there's nothing we can do with what other people think, believe, because we're sitting on top of that umbrella and watching everything unfold, right? And it's okay. It's okay. So it's our generation that really is helping humanity to say, it's okay. It's okay. We're the ones that are being given the downloads of the information to inform humanity. Um, we have so many Gen Xers who are getting downloads. They're being activated with light language. They're being activated with channeling. They're being activated with connection to the cosmos, to the galactics, to the other dimensions, right? The angels, um, the unicorns, the dragons, the Pegasus, the mermaids, right? Because our DNA is being shifted so that can come into connection with those other dimensions, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension, all the way up to 9, 10, 11, right? Just depending on how much you're doing your practices, right? Of breathing and meditation and quiet your mind and basically not letting the fear run your life. Not letting that old imprint and story from your parents and grandparents of that survival to be the thing that is leading your life. And that's what's shifting for you on an internal level. And some people are really, they're afraid of that internal shift, right? Why don't I feel the way I used to feel, right? And some people are embracing that survival mode so tight because they don't want to let it go because that's their operating system, right? That's their OS. And it it's old. It's old, right? Think about when you went from Microsoft, I think it was Microsoft X to, or was it Windows X to Windows 8 or 9? I don't know. It was really different, right? It was really, really different. I mean, it was so different. I think recently on the Big Bang Theory, they like referenced it. And I'm like, I remember that. Like, yeah, like I had this new operating system and I had to like totally figure it out because it worked completely differently. That's what you're going through. Whether you recognize it or not, and I have a feeling if you're watching this video, you have recognized it. It's been a lot, right? It's been a lot. But it's because you're the way shower, right? You're the one that is now able to bring out the information, the knowledge, the wisdom for these younger generations to understand what they're going through, what they're feeling, seeing, hearing, knowing on such a different level. And we're going to get there. So if you've got kids, definitely check out the other. So yeah. So yeah. All right. I just want to check my notes, guys. See if I'm got anything else here. This is for Gen Z. That's for the littles. Yeah. Gen X, you've been going through it. I know. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull some cards on, this is the Kyle Gray Master deck of the Ascended Masters and the Archangels. So I just want to go ahead and pull some for us to see who is supporting us, who we can call on to support us, how they can support us. Yeah, so let's do that. I actually got quite a few for the baby boomers, which was interesting. So let me just go ahead and shuffle these. Okay. So, okay. Oh, okay. We had one jump. I want more than one, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I think we got like 3. The first one, Jophiel, Archangel Jophiel. Oh, wrong ones. That would get me in trouble. Trust the unfolding. Trust the unfolding. There is no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. Yeah. I mean, Gen X, that's what we've been learning how to do, to love in a new way. And you know why? Because our parents weren't the most emotional people. Again, we were the kids that were the latchkey kids. We were the kids that, mom and dad both worked. You had to have the 2-parent income. You were alone a lot. Or you were locked out of the house. You were in the neighborhood all day. It was before cell phones, just before cell phones. You had your bike. You had the kids in the neighborhood. You did your thing, and your parents, were so focused on the money, and the 2 cars, and the vacation, and what everybody else, keeping up with the Joneses. I'm hearing. We didn't feel emotion. We didn't feel loved. We were loved, but we didn't feel loved. We didn't feel like we were the center of their universe, right? Unfortunately, money became kind of the god of the time. And Archangel Jophiel is coming in to say that we can shift that for our kids. We can shift that for our kids. And learning how to tap into our own emotions allows us to then share that with our children and help them to tap into their love. So call on Archangel Jophiel to do that. And this isn't just superficial love, parent-child love, partnership love. This is about love from source. This is about love from the divine. This is about learning how to tap into your higher self and love through that medium. Have the love come through you, that pink ray of light, love from Archangel Ariel, from Christ consciousness, from source, from Helios, right? That unconditional love that is universal. That is why Jesus came to earth, so that humanity could know that kind of love. And that is the love that Jophiel wants to help you to feel, to be in connection with, and to share. And to share. And to share. All right. And the next person that is coming through is an Ascended Master, Rumi, mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're breaking the boundaries. We're breaking down the old structures, the old walls, the old ideas. We are facilitating this paradigm shift, right? Culturally, societally, globally, personally. We're breaking the boundaries because our DNA is shifting. We are literally changing from the inside out. And so with that comes the new ideas, the new inspiration, the new goals, the new what we're interested in, right? The new knowledge that this comes with it. And so calling on Rumi to help you break down whatever boundary you need to break down to really get into what it is that you love, what it is you want to experience, what it is you want to create, what it is you want to have because of these new feelings, because of these new knowings, this new knowingness. this new connection. And having your personal experience with God, which is why we have, for the most part, we have not needed religion, structured religion. We've recognized that all religions have one prevailing theme, which is love, which is love. And so having that personal experience with God. For me, when I started all of this, I was doing meditation classes, and she was doing guided meditations to help us get into connection with our higher self, with our own team of guides, angels, and ascended masters, helping us to connect with crossed over loved ones. And the first person who came through that I recognized as not family was Jesus. And I was still in the old structure of religion. I was still in the old belief system of Jesus as a very Catholic member, or like they owned him. And he's an ascended master. He's a master teacher. And he came here to teach in the physical, and now he's teaching on the energetic or other dimensional level. But that took some time for me to come to, be able to sit with, and because I just felt so, talk about imposter syndrome. Who am I? Who am I for him to come to me? That can't be right, right? But as we change, as we upgrade, as we shift, as we come into the higher dimensions, as we come into the higher frequencies, right? We're breaking the boundaries of the lower frequencies of fear and greed and lust and grief and anger and resentment, and unworthiness, powerlessness, right? That's what our generation's been doing. We've been breaking those boundaries, getting into the higher frequencies of contentment, of acceptance, of inclusion, into compassion and gratitude and love. So call on Rumi if you're really struggling with breaking the boundaries that you need to break in your own life. In your own life. And we have Sandalphon, building the bridge. Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. As a Gen Xer, that's what we're doing. We're building that bridge. We're building that bridge. That's why our DNA is shifting. That's why we are shifting at the cellular level. We couldn't build the bridge from where we were. We couldn't even understand that we needed a bridge, let alone where would the bridge go to. But now we know. Now we know that this human experience involves a spiritual experience, that we're not one-dimensional beings, that we've been living in a third dimension and really knocking on the door of fourth dimension and fifth dimension, especially in this 10 years, in this next 10 years. And Gen Xers, we are the way showers. We've been going through it for the past 40 years, 50 years of shifting, of building bridges, helping people get out of fear and into love. I'm just thinking about all the protests in the 60s. We are the way showers. And so call on Sandalphon to help you ground into Mother Gaia so that you can build the bridge in the higher dimensions through the compassion, through the love. feel like I need to get a message from Sandalphon. I do. I feel like I need to get a message from Sandalphon. So I actually have the Amanda Ellis. She has her line of sprays. And I have a couple of them. And yes, Archangel Sandalphon. I just had to read the bottle. The bronze spray, Earth Star Chakra. So I'm actually going to spray this. I'm going to spray it above me, and then I'm going to spray it at my feet because he helps us to ground. And I just want to see if he has a message for us. I'm seeing him holding a ball of light. So it's like standing here like this, only instead of holding the outer rings of a rainbow, he's actually kind of holding a ball of white light. And that's what he's bringing to each and every one of you, is this beautiful ball of white light, so that you can step into it. You can surround yourself with it. You can feel connected to the angelic dimension, and also to source. But knowing that when you step into this beautiful ball of white light, that you are in protection, that you are protected. He wants you to know that it's important for you to know that you're protected, because you're being asked to do really hard things by making really hard decisions, to go against the norm, to go against the masses, to go against belief systems. What you've known up until this point, you're being asked to transform. And so he's bringing you this ball of white light because he wants you to know that you're protected. And to have a regular practice of getting out and getting into Mother Gaia, into nature, into water, into the forest, experiencing the fullness of Mother Gaia, however you can, as often as you can. Because those imprints, those stories that you've been carrying need to be given to Mother Gaia for transmutation. Because even though your cells are changing, your DNA is being upgraded. If you're holding very tightly to those stories, if you're not transmuting the old energy, it is so hard for you to recognize the new energy is there. Which is what I feel like a lot of you are going through. A lot of you are coming to me with, I'm having a psychic experience, or I'm hearing messages and I don't know what to do with it. It's because you're still so dense. You're still holding on to so many of the old, so much of the old, that it's hard for you to truly experience the new. And that's what Archangel Sandalphon wants to help you do. And for many of you, you're simply terrified to make the changes, to go in the new direction, to try something new, to let something go. And he wants you to know that you are protected as you do this, and that you're not alone. And that you're not alone. All right, with that being said, I am going to pull now a Archangel Metatron card from the Amanda Ellis Metatron Self-Mastery deck. And the first one, oh yeah, transformation, light and dark. There it is. Does that say transformation or transmute? Yeah, transformation, light and dark. That's what your whole experience is about, guys. You came here with a super, super big mission to come in as one thing and leave as another. And this transformation from the dark into the light, it's not easy. It's really, really pushing us. It's really, really stretching us. But you're not alone. This transformative process is subtle. It's not fast. It's decades long. For me, it's been decades upon decades long. But this is going to be basically your whole life. You came here to transform. Some of you will do it quicker than others. Some of you have started it sooner than others. Some of you, it will be like night and day. Like I was one thing yesterday, today, tomorrow I'm the new thing, and I'm all good with it. And for some of us, we're really going to struggle. We're really going to struggle to let go of the old. We're really going to struggle to let go of the past relationship and the old job and the old way of being and doing. So whatever you're going through, know that you are right where you're supposed to be. Because this transformation is never really going to be finished, finite, complete. It's ever evolving. It's always shifting. And it's within you. It's happening within you. This isn't anything that anybody can understand for you. This isn't anything anybody can truly know for you. We're all going through similar experiences, but we're all having a very unique process. And we can help each other with our processes. But the real hard work we have to do on our own. And that's what I'm feeling for you. You are gaining clarity as long as you keep going. As long as you keep going. If you decide I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to continue to do what I know. I'm going to continue to do what I know because that's what's safe and stable. It'll only last for a little while. You'll have a tower moment. Spirit will come in and bump you into the next level. Gen X. I promise you. There's no not transforming. You came in to transform. You came in to evolve. You came in to ascend. And so it's going to happen. How easily, how fast, that is totally up to you. That is totally up to you. But that is what you came in to do. That is your mission. That is your purpose. For each and every one of us, it looks very different. But at the end of the day, that is what you came in to do. To be the way shower. To help those generations coming after you. Because they were coming in so differently. They have come in so differently. Okay. Oh, I got two. I thought I was going for one. All right. Let's see. Final messages. Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. Well, sometimes spirit on this channel, they just hammer a message, and that's okay. I'll take it. Yeah, look at that. Chamber of the Violet Flame. And it's I love this synchronicity because I work with the Violet Flame in integrated energy therapy and the energy healing work that I do. So, yeah, which is why a lot of I have purple around me a lot because we're transforming, and the violet flame helps us to do that. So you can just know you're going through it. Karmic release in this lifetime. And it is hard. It's very hard. For some of us, we've been pushed to the brink. We've been pushed to the limit. For some of us, we've had to lose everything more than once. Relationships, resources, support. material objects more than once, because it was so big. The change was so massive that we were holding on so tightly to what we knew that Spirit had to say, nope, you came in for this. So we got to move it out. We got to move you into your mission. We got to get you there, especially for those of you who have really, really been sticking your feet in the mud, like not moving. Like you see the signs, you get the inspiration, but you're like, nope. That was me. They're going to move you, and it's going to be difficult. But remember, Archangel Sandalphon says you're protected. And as bad as things always got for me, there were always silver linings. There were always help. Looking back on it now, I see where the help was. Some of it was spiritual, some of it was energetic, and some of it was physical. But I always had help, and I was never alone. And you aren't either. And you aren't either. And crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. That's really what we came in to have. This crown chakra upgrade, getting out of those lower chakras of, I'm hearing sex, drugs, and rock and roll, of that very base level, getting into the divine, stepping into our divinity. So crown chakra upgrade for those of you. And look at that, the Holy Spirit right there, right? My confirmation name was Hope. And I correlated that with the white dove. So this card just is really making me feel very personally connected. But for all of you, crown chakra upgrade, divine connection. The transformation you're going through is getting out of the base lower chakras and getting into the higher, open-hearted, connected chakras to the divine, to your higher self, to inspiration, to love, to source love. And so for some of us, getting out of those lower chakras has been really hard because we were taught to strive and drive. We were taught to have the things, keep up with the Joneses, appearance. You got to have the right education. You got to have the right connection. You got to have the right network. You got to have, no, this is what you have to have. God, source, love. This is all that matters. When you have this, everything, all that other stuff falls into place. All that other stuff falls into place. The material falls into place. Your needs are met. You meet the right people because you're in the higher frequency of love and gratitude and compassion. And when you love and live in those frequencies, you receive those frequencies. And you can manifest very quickly not only what you need, but also what you want. And for some of us, it took us a hell of a long time to figure that out. And sometimes we still stumble. We still don't get it right every day. But as long as you keep coming back to that connection, it all works out. It all works out. So that is Gen X. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, maybe what you got out of this, what it meant to you, how it can help you. I appreciate you being here. So I'm going to be doing these in the order that Spirit gave me. So this is going to be for the millennial. And I didn't really look up like what the age groups were. I did this very Spirit inspired, very downloaded. So I hope this resonates with you if you are a millennial. So what came through for the millennials is that what you've been experiencing your whole life is hyper awareness. What does that mean? It means that for the majority of you, you have been aware at another level of the energy and energies that we live in. Being very clairsentient, feeling, being very claircognizant, and knowing. On that other level, and because of how different this hyper awareness allows you to process information, it's been such a learning curve for all of us that are before you, your parents and your grandparents and your great grandparents, because you are needing more alone time, you're needing more space. You process things very fast, so you're able to learn things very fast. And so that it's outpacing the older generations bad, like horribly. We don't know what to do with you, to be honest with you. But we learn from you because you're also so sensitive in such a beautiful way. But our harshness can be really, really detrimental to your sensitivity. Yeah, you are coming in to this lifetime already connected to the divine, already connected to your higher self, already getting inspiration, already receiving just so much information from source, from your higher self, that because you're getting bombarded with that information, then there's the human interaction, right? The human information, the earth information. So, getting the downloads from the higher self, and then being on the earth school and being inundated with all of that information, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so you don't learn the same. You're not able to process the same. You're not able to handle things the same. So for our generation, your parents, who were very much like the doers, like we just got shit done. We just did it, put our head down and got it done. We don't understand that for you, there's no just putting your head down and getting it done, because you can't focus like that. You can't focus on that one task because you're being inundated with so much information all the time through all of your senses, not just your 5 senses, but your spiritual senses, that you like to get caught up in the video games. You like to get caught up in the scrolling on social media. You like to get caught up on the things that quiet your brain. They quiet your brain because your brain is on hyperdrive. You're hyper aware. You're aware on so many levels that it's hard to process. It's hard to, and for some of you, you figured it out beautifully. You just stepped into your path. You just stepped into your spirituality, your psychic gifts, your light language. You just stepped into it. And for some of you, you're tiptoeing towards it. For some of you, you're trying to quiet it and just make it go away because it's so different. It's so much. It's so much. That's what it is. It's so much. All right. Let's see who wants to come in to help you with this. Oh, Mott. Divine intervention. Weigh up your options, choose the highest good. Yeah, you're getting so much information that it's going to be really important for you to really decide, what do I want? What don't I want? What is mine? What is just out there, right? What do I resonate with? What don't I resonate with? And calling on Mott to help you do that it can be really helpful to quiet the noise, to turn off. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're showing me like a radio dial. It's like to tune into only what you want and tune out the rest. Whew. Tune out what you want and tune out the rest. And you can ask Mott to help you do that, because you want to be choosing very intentionally what you want, where you want to go, what you want to put your energy to, what's important to you, what you're feeling inspired by, what your goal is, physically and non-physically. Both. Both. So you want to be weighing up your choices. You're going to want to be weighing up your choices. Okay. And I've never seen this one before. Dejwal Qual, divine mission. Enlightened action, make choices from the heart. Wow. All right, millennials, there it is. Make choices from the heart. If you're heart-centered, and they're asking you to be heart-centered, you should be making your choices from your heart. Not the rational, not the expectation, not the societal belief, from your heart. What is your heart telling you to do? Where is your heart asking you to go? And it's going to be very different than what it looked like for your parents. It's not going to be ask you to go to the 9-to-5 job, to the concrete building. It's not going to ask you to go to the thing that makes you the most money but doesn't fill up your cup. It's going to ask you to go where you're excited, you're hopeful, you're in love with. That's what you're being asked to do. That's what you're here to do. You're here to be like the models on how to live a heart-centered life, how to go with your heart and still achieve and receive. Because what society and what your elders are going to be learning from you is going towards your heart isn't the wrong thing to do. It's not going to take you down a path of not having what you want, of not getting what you believe, of not having safety and stability and money and finances and the future, the house, the cars. You're going to have that, but it's going to look very different. And I'm thinking about all of the van life videos that I get, right? Your lives look very different than ours, because you're leading with your heart. You're going where your heart is calling you. It's going to take you to the right situations, the right people. Your purpose. And leading with your heart is going to help the environment. It's going to help the energy grid. I just lost a whole bunch of them. That's what I'm getting. If you all leading with your heart helps the energy grid. It helps sustain Mother Gaia. You're here to help the planet shift. You're here to help those of us who are there's a whole section of people who are not allowing their spiritual nature to come on board. They're staying very much grounded in the lower chakras: greed and lust, money, power. The millennials are helping to balance those who are unwilling to spiritually shift. your heart-centeredness, your ability to stand in your heart and lead from your heart and move through your heart. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, you got 2. New dawn, welcome back. Wow. It's a new dawn. You're bringing in the new dawn. You're bringing in the new day. You're bringing in the new energy. Your hyper-awareness of love and source love and higher self and mission is bringing in the new day. The welcome back is making me feel like a lot of you were here in the ancient times, the ancient civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis and others. So it is a welcome back. Yeah, indigo, look at that. Mysteries and mystery and mastery of life. The indigo. Yeah, you're the indigo children. You are the star seeds. You're the whatever you want to call yourself. This is your validation that yes, this is you. Yes, this is you. And you are helping to uncover the mystery and mastering love and mastering high frequency, mastering how high frequency draws to you the things you want, manifestation. Working with the elements, working with the frequencies. Shifting the energy on planet Gaia. Whew. I'm hearing that a lot of you came in with very pure intentions, very pure energy. And that's why you have to be alone so much and why you take these solitary journeys. Because it's so hard to do otherwise. Yeah, the central sun. Abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. And that's why you, as a generation, the millennials, like you're just finding success. And people are looking at you going, how are you finding success? How are you sustaining your life? How are you having what you want? Because it doesn't look like you're doing anything. And they don't understand that you're drawing it to you through your heart, through your love, through your higher self, through your inspiration, through your goals, through your connection to source, to the central sun, to Helios. Yeah, abundance downloads. They're telling you what to do and where to go for your abundance, how to get it, where to receive it, who will give it to you. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I was going to get one more or not. Serious star blessings. Yes. Proceed, be seen, push through. Yeah, they don't want you to stop. You, in your hyper awareness, in your ability to receive so much information, so important to be intentional. Go only where you resonate, but keep going. Keep going. Be seen, push through. Thank you for being here. Gen Z. Welcome, Gen Z. I don't know much about Gen Z, okay? But I do want to read what I have written here. Gen Z, feelings of understanding everything, but not understanding anything. I feel like Gen Z has a lot of confusion. Very confused. You haven't let go of your ego. So Gen Z gets caught up in selfishness. They get caught up in materialism, materialistic looks. You're on the fringe of the awareness. And it brings you feelings of not belonging, which is why you're so afraid to not look right or have the right thing, because you're afraid to be pointed at and said, you don't fit. Because there's a piece of you that always feels like you don't fit. It's the internal struggle to identify with the human experience. Okay. Let's break that apart. Wow. Your struggle to identify with the human experience. So there's a part of you that is operating from that very spiritual higher self plane of connected to higher self. But you're in this human body and it's really heavy. It's like way heavier than you thought it would be. Like when you signed up for this, you thought, I can do that. You thought it would feel like putting on an outfit, like clothes, like shirts and a pants. Like it'll be a little heavy. I'll feel the material on me. I'll feel the weight of the clothing. But I can do that. That'll be a little uncomfortable, but I can do that, right? And then you got here. And the weight of this planet and the weight of the societal expectations and the fear. And I'm hearing misogyny. It felt like you put on a suit of armor. And it's like, this is so heavy and uncomfortable. And I can't really see and I can't really move the way I want to. Like my sight, my vision, it's very narrow. I can only see so much. The way I can move, I can only move in certain directions. Like I can't be who I am. It's heavy, it's hard. And so you have all of this spiritual feeling of how light things can be, how loving things can be, how maybe easy things can be or gotten. But that's not your experience here. It's hard. It's like, who's going to help me? Who's going to take this from me? How do I get out of this? It's not what I thought at all. And Spirit is like, hold on, we got you. You came for a reason. You came because you're so spiritually connected that you can help people understand that they don't have to wear this suit of armor. They don't have to stay in these lower frequencies of fear and trauma and rage and greed and lust. That you are coming in with the experience of the beautifulness, the ease. And you're here to help people understand that. That if they make this shift in consciousness, how much easier it is, how much lighter it is, how much free-flowing it is, how much love is expansion. It's not restriction, because right now you're in the restriction. So on some level, the Gen Z, the Gen Z feel like they're in chaos. It's very chaotic inside them because on some level they know this is not the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be easy and fun. It's supposed to be everybody loving each other and everybody helping each other. They understand on a very elemental level they came in with that we're all supposed to be together, helping each other, supporting each other. But now all they feel is the restriction. And so for some, they've been able to kind of live with or learn to accept the restriction so that they can get to the let me show you what it's like if we help each other, if we cooperate with each other, if we love each other, if we have compassion for each other. Because that's what they came here to do. That's what they came here to do. So let's see who wants to come in to help them with this feeling of restriction and how to overcome it. So frustrating when they won't shuffle the way you want them to. They get stuck. Okay. Okay, that came out. I'm gonna get more than one. Okay, two. I thought there was, okay, all right. Maybe one or two more, or is that it? Okay, let's see. Oh, I think that's it. Who's on the bottom of the deck? Oh, we'll take that one too. Okay. All right. So I want to take that one first because that came out first. All right. Gen Z, first out of the gate. Jeremiah actually came out for the baby boomers. So personal responsibility, take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. Yes. So Gen Z, it is really important for you guys to start taking responsibility for yourself. Because of this cooperation, this unity consciousness that you came in with, you struggle. You struggle with taking responsibility for yourself. You struggle with feeling like you have to take responsibility for yourself because for you on a very subtle level, energetic level, you're used to being connected to the whole. And in this incarnation, at this time on Earth, as a Gen Z, you are an individual. And there's this feeling of wrongness, this feeling of uncomfortability. There's this feeling of, I don't know what this is, right? So you have a hard time taking responsibility for your choices and actions. But unfortunately, that's one of the things you're here to do, learn how to do that. So call on Archangel Jeremiah if you're really, really struggling with taking personal responsibility and accountability for your choices, your decisions. They're nobody else's at this time, unfortunately. All right. With that, we have, Dejwal Qual, Divine Mission, Enlightened Action, Make Choices from the Heart. So you also are carrying on this energy that I got with the millennials, that, yes, you come in knowing how to open your heart, feeling very heart-centered. And it's important for you to model that, to model leading with your heart. I feel like because you get so bogged down in not being pointed out, not being singled out, because you're afraid, because you're so used to being part of a group, that to be an individual is very uncomfortable for you. And so I feel like this ascended master is coming in to say, it's okay. It's okay to lead with your heart. It's okay to be an individual. And I'm here to help you do that. The Lemurians, clairvoyance, activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. Yeah, you all are coming in with your clairvoyance activated. So you are getting all this information on that subtle level. And for some of you, you're leaning right into it. For others of you, you're really avoiding it. And I feel like the Lemurians are coming in and saying, lean into it, lean into it. Yeah, trust your intuition because it's on point. It's on point. And it's that intuitive nudge that's going to keep putting you in the right place with the right people for your mission to continue leading with your heart and teaching cooperation, teaching compassion, modeling that behavior through all the density and all the difficulty that you feel, expressing yourself. And charity, pillar of service. Serve with a gracious heart and know God is serving you. Yeah. Getting into service is going to be really important for this generation because that is how you teach unity consciousness. That is how you model unity consciousness. That is how you model cooperative learning, cooperative growth, cooperative mission. So call on Archangel Charity. For those of you who are really struggling with the density, the heaviness, the narrow mindedness, the narrow vision of others around you, of you feeling like you're being narrowly guided. Yeah, you can break out of that. You can break out of that. That doesn't have to be the whole experience, is what I'm hearing. That doesn't have to be the whole experience. All right, let's get a Archangel Metatron from the Amanda Ellis Self-Mastery deck. That was the Kyle Gray deck, Master deck, Archangels, and the Ascended Masters. All right, Gen Z. Let's see if we need to get one more. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So again, a little similar with the millennials. I also got this go within clarity. Yeah, you're coming in with the knowledge. You're coming in with the downloads. You're coming in with the wisdom. And so really a lot of the answers that you seek are really right within inside of yourself. You don't need to go to the outside. You don't need to go to the ancient texts. You don't need to go to other gurus. Like, it's within you. It's within you. And it's coming down through your stellar gateway from your higher self. So all you have to do is call in the knowledge, call in the answer, call in the information. It's all within you. And then again, trust it. Trust the intuition. Yeah, trust the intuition. Trust the intuition. All right. And you also got Cosmos mirrors you. Yeah. Look at that. What you put out, you get back. What you put out, you get back. So continue to live heart-centered and you'll get heart-centered love back. Law of the universe, as above, so below, as within, so without. And I'm also feeling with this card that for many of you, you incarnated from very distant places. Very distant places. So you do feel the cosmos. You do feel drawn to the stars. You do feel drawn to other races. Because you have that DNA. Galactic DNA. galactic codes. The Pleiades, Arcturus, Venus. I feel Venus quite strongly. Orion, the Orion belt. Many others. And I don't want those. Those were a whole clump. So many others. And if you, again, it's within you. If you really want to know, all you have to do is sit quietly in meditation and ask. They'll tell you where you come from. I'm very Arcturian. Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. Yeah. Yep. A lot of you very early on in your life are going to go through a major karmic release because I feel like you're going to come to your mission and your purpose pretty quickly in your lifetime. So I feel like by your 30s, you're going to kind of know what your mission is. Call on the violet flame. To help with any transformation that you're going through, to help you get through it and feeling quicker. They don't want you to get bogged down or stuck. I hope that resonated. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so in my little graph here, doing all of the different generations, as you can see, in the middle there, I didn't know what to call the babies, but I have a granddaughter, and I felt like this was even if we, they obviously can't watch this video and get this information, but parents can, right? And as a grandparent, so I guess they're called the Generation Alpha, which is what I got for after Gen Z. So I called them the littles in my book, right? And what Spirit gave me for the littles was they're tapped into dimensional shifts and timelines. They have an understanding and a remembering of deep awareness. So, holy cow. Holy cow. So that's why these kids, these babies, these infants are coming in bright-eyed, lifting their head, ready to go, right? It is this ability to tap into the dimensional shifts and the timelines and having that remembering of where they come and why they're here and understanding way more than any of us have ever understood coming into this earth school. So if you have a generational alpha, they are just truly on a whole different scale. They truly, truly are. They're smarter. They seem to mature faster. They just are not. They're not of this world. They really are something special. So they're going to say things. They're going to see things. And it's going to be really important that we understand that they're tapping into other dimensions. They're tapping into remembrances, the wisdom codes that many of us are awakening. They're coming in full on. So they see things clearly. They understand things at a level we can't comprehend. And it's going to be really important for us to be understanding and patient and open to receiving what they're bringing in, open to receiving their information, open to receiving. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pull cards on who we can call on to help us with these generational alpha. So this is the Kyle Gray deck, Archangel, Ascended Masters and Archangels, 2 different decks. Oh, okay. Those 2 really wanted to come out. Faith, moving mountains, trust in your ability to create miracles. The impossible is becoming possible. That's what they're doing, guys. They're showing us the impossible is possible. So call on faith if you really have concerns or need help understanding. But yeah, they're showing us and teaching us how energy works, how the universe works, who is in the universe, what's going on with the universe. It's incredible. It's incredible. And being able to see other dimensions, crossed over loved ones and elementals and fairies and all of it. All of it. Sandalphon, building the bridge. Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. That is what they've come in to do. They are the bridge. They're coming in as the bridge, helping us to answer those questions. What is going on? How does this work? Who's involved? All the questions we've been asking for millennia now. These littles, these generational alphas, they're coming in with the answers. And, many of them are starting to give us the answers. And they're so young, we're like, how do we believe this? Where is this coming from? I don't know if this is real. Is this true? It is. It is. These kids are coming in, holy smokes, ready to go, ready to help us, ready to step into their mission for humanity, which is to help, to answer questions, because we need to ascend, and we're not going to ascend if we stay in fear. We're not going to ascend if we don't know where we're going or how this works, right? Because, we're stubborn, we're human, right? And these littles are coming in with the answers and understandings and experiences to help us shift, to help us move on. I am going to get a Archangel Metatron card from the Amanda Ellis Self-Mastery deck. Oh, I think I got 2 of those too. Yeah, I did. They're the beacon. They're coming in as the beacon. They're coming in as the beacon so that we can shine on as humanity. They're anchoring the light. When my little granddaughter was born, I kept calling her the light. She's such a light. And I didn't want her around like negative people, and I didn't want her around like hard situations because she's such a light. Her light just shines right through her, pours out of her. They're anchoring the light codes, helping us to shift. Yeah. They're not going to be able to stay in drama. They're not going to want anything to do with drama. They're always going to be looking up. They're always going to be looking in the other dimensions. They're always going to be looking around them to who's around and what's going on in all the dimensions, in all the timelines. They are little lights. They are little lights. Okay. With that, I am going to pull some Gateway of the Light activation by Kyle Cray just to see what wants to come through, because I'm being called to, right? Because I'm being called to. Yeah, they're little lights. They are little lights, sword of light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. They are breaking us through, guys. They are breaking us through the veil of illusion. They're going to break us through the veil of illusion. Holy cow. That's what Generation Alpha is here to do. Break us through the veil of illusion. Damn. Wow. They're little missions. They're little lights. They're protected. They're protected. They're protected. Generation Alpha. Coming in, remembering. Coming in with wisdom codes activated. in the next 10, 15 years. It's going to be so amazing to see where these kids are, what they're bringing through, because I feel like they're going to dramatically shift what we know is our reality in this time. It's going to be very different. Very different. Very exciting. Very exciting. Watch out, Generation Alpha. Watch out. Whew. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.